you.
Homo.
No, yeah. Oh, well, they heard that last part, but they don't know why you said no homo. And now we're fading over. Dun dun dun.
Hello, everybody. It was a slight break for Mr. Eric and myself. Eric, this is the first time I've seen you in about 2 weeks. How you doing, buddy boy?
I'm doing good. Even worse now that I'm seeing you, but you know.
Thank you. So we have a special guest here today, Mr. Vaping Rhino. How you doing, buddy boy?
Very well, guys. Thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
Glad to have you here. So why don't you tell us what you're about?
Well, I do a little bit of everything. I did some juice reviews, but I love mechs and I love my RDAs, and I just take them and review them, you know, and I just give them my thoughts like everyone else does. You know, we all have our opinions, and so I just basically trying to build a channel. But my main reason was because I was building my own mech, and you know, which is still in the works, and I couldn't get companies to you know, to like basically look at me. So I says, you know, let me build the channel, let me see if I can get some exposure. But you know, as you guys well know, this is a long and treacherous ride.
Yes, it can be, for sure. I think, you know, for myself, and I'm sure Eric, I mean, getting to 1,000 was the mile mark, and then after there, I think it starts to build up, you know. But I think it also depends on what you're reviewing as well, whether it's high-end, mainstream, mix of both. Even juice. If you do juice only, I would imagine that's even harder. But
yeah, I have a couple of buddies that do juice reviews, and you know, and they're doing well. But it's exactly what you said. It's a struggle. You know what I'm saying? It really is. It really is. But as far as like my thing, I just review what I see out there and I like. But most of all, I actually lately, especially, I've been enjoying myself a lot with the you know, my subscribers and, you know, obviously friends on Facebook groups. That's where I really met most of the people, really cool people, actually. You know what I'm saying? And it gets really good.
Mark Bone is requesting that Dominic does a review on Steve's tracksuit.
Hey man, I don't got the pants to match though, so you have to wait till I get them.
So wait a second, you don't wear pants? Is that what you said?
I ain't got the matching tracksuit pants.
Oh, all right.
But I'm gonna zip it all the way up.
You're missing the chain with the Christ head on it.
Yeah.
So okay. I guess RoboBill has been upgraded to AOL Bill. Did you see that?
Yes.
Wait, he got dial-up?
I guess so. I guess he moved up to dial-up.
Might as well consider it dial-up.
So he used to have hamsters, but then one of them died on the wheel because he was working them so hard these last few live streams. So he had to buckle up and dish out for that AOL.
Yeah, it's sad when one of your hamsters passes away, man.
I upgraded my hamster to a squirrel.
Oh, nice. That's what it was. Squirrel OL.
Squirrel OL. Yeah, man, squirrels are workhorses.
Squirrel. It's a sparrow.
Eric, you want to shout some peeps out?
I do. I want to shout some peeps out.
Okay.
Cool. I get to do it.
Sure.
Sure.
You got to say Anthony's name first.
Oh, shut up. Chad Cox, what up, bro? Erwin Kopecki. Brian Anthony. Anthony Adornetto. What? Adornetto. I have to throw him a shipping number, tracking number. I forgot to send it to him. Jay's Vapes. Jacoby Vapes. What's up, bro? Oh, Kimmy Vapes is in the building, making the chat more beautiful. The Simple Vapor. Carlos Ramirez, my dude. Braden. Shiner. Oh, fuck. This is why Steve had me do the shout-outs this time. He wanted to hear me.
Got some good names out there, man.
Steel Driver. Spencer Fernandez. How's it going? We0609. Oh, no. He's talking about Dominic won a blue waffle.
Aw. I don't know with this blue waffle again.
You can never unwin that.
Eric Sutherland. You got a perfect name, my dude. We already know this. DBS Squonks. Dustin, how's it going? Ranger Vapes. Taking a Voop. Hello. Charlie. Oh, my dude Charlie. That is one cool motherfucker. Brian Feeney. Robert Riggin. Oh, yeah. Mark Bone, we already brought you up, but we'll bring you up again, and I will review Steve's tracksuit if he sends it to me.
Yes, please.
I'm serious. I will review that shit.
I have no neck now. You see this?
Yeah, I see it. Justin Bloom, you kind of look like Bill. Brian Anthony, Billy Cooper, Sick Boy, and I think I'm caught up for who's saying shit right now.
Sure.
Sure.
Did you get Robert Riggin?
I did get Robert Riggin. Of course
Hello.
I got Robert Riggin. He lives like 10 minutes from me.
What about Mailman Vapes Trois?
I did not see Mailman Vapes Trois.
Hello, Mailman.
Did you see Mark Bowen?
Why is he vaping?
I saw Mark Bowen. Mark Bowen is basically my boss in a way.
Oh, really?
In a way.
Vaping.
Oh, that's right. You're one of the admins on this channel, right?
Yeah, for Squonk America. So, in a way, if Mark told me right now that I had to like talk about how great Squonk America was and how you can get high end products that are so hard to find, you know, I would
You have to do it. Right.
Yeah, that's true, because honestly, you know what? In the same token, if he told me I had to tell everybody how many awesome deals there are on the Vape America buy sell trade thread, I'd have to do that too.
Yeah, you would.
Hey, look, I got some calipers. Bought them for like $20.
Nice.
Oh, I got the same exact one. That's funny. You get it at Lowe's?
Yeah, I did.
Wait a
It's
second.
crazy though. They weren't in English though, man. So, you know, I don't know. I didn't know what they were all about, but it's whatever.
Hey, Eric, look at this.
Oh, he put his hands down low. I was scared at first. Oh, we
It's
all
the same-
three have the same one?
He's
Well,
got
his-
No,
he
I got.
the
Can you show me the case?
You
You
ready?
look like you got the nicer one.
You want to know a funny part? $6. Harbor
Wow.
Freight.
Harbor Freight? I was going to just say that.
Squonk America is not out of business. They expanded to have Healing America as their third group, Chad Cox.
I seen that. I seen Healing.
There's now Squonk America and Healing America. Well, they changed the name again. What was it now? I don't know what Mark changed it to. It was Healing America. Now it's something else.
Shit, we should just get Mark on here.
Well, hey, I'm gonna ask you guys an opinion. I got something being sent to me for review. It is something that it vapes dabs and wax and also e-juice. Now I'm kind of worried to review it because if I were to put that in the title or into anywhere into it, or if I say it, I'm worried that they'll like flag me or they'll do something to my channel. But it's very innovative what it is,
Is
and
it
I
the
really
one
want to review it.
that Freddie did?
No, it's from BB Vapes.
Really?
Yes.
Is it that RDA that has that that like square peak insulator all the way at the bottom
Yes.
of it?
Yep.
Yeah,
that's
I've
what it
seen
is.
it.
And I
Hey.
want to review it, but I'm worried about reviewing it.
Stop swinging that thing around. That's threatening there.
Hey, that's it right there.
Yeah. Yep.
I saw that thing. That looked interesting. I was like,
Now you can
It's
still.
hard.
There's
I
so
don't
many
know.
channels on that stuff that they do it freely. Why would you be worried about it? I'm just curious.
Because a couple channels got taken away for talking about CBD and pot and everything else. So it's like,
I could see pot, but why CBD? Even though they got a lot of channels on pot, I just don't understand.
I don't know if
CBD.
it's just a direct thing for vapors or what, man. But I know someone whose channel was completely deleted because he was talking about pot and even just, I guess, anything related to vaping.
if you're talking about smoking any THC, they're gonna nail you. They're gonna nail you.
But
So why don't you
CBD,
just not mention that stuff? That's all.
I think I'm just gonna like wink at it. You know what
you
I'm
could
saying?
say alternative uses, things like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to try to do.
My girl owned a medical marijuana shop for 4 years, and we had to do a lot of stupid shit to stay within the lines and like crazy stuff. And you know, I had a rough childhood and suffer PTSD from it, and I have night terrors, and CBD is the only way that I could get sleep through a night without waking up thinking that. Anyway, I'm not going to get into all that much, but I'm a big fan of CBD, so
let's do it. Let's do a little shameless plug here. Addressing Mark, I can't wait for Healing America to get the Swell CBD. That Swell CBD lotion is legit. I do a lot of work where I'm half bent over, and I use it for my back.
We know you do.
Oh.
Man, you put your foot in your mouth there, brother.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have done that. All right, I'll take that one. All right.
You got to stop that bend over work, man.
That's the bomb, man.
Well, you guys want to do some Buffets or no?
Well, I do, but I've been like itching to ask Mr. Vaping Rhino over there 2 questions.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm going to ask them both and then let you answer them after I ask. So the first is, where does your name come from? Your moniker. And the second is, I want to know more about your mod. I have watched a little video that you did before where you were kind of showing a prototype. I think it might have been the first type of prototype you had, but tell us the progress and those kind of things too. So your name and then the mod.
The name Vaping Rhino. I have a passion for rhinos. I don't know why. I've always loved them since a kid, and and so I figured, Vaping Rhino. I don't know. That's it. It was nothing like really. It just came out. I just love rhinos. That's it. Basically, that's how I got the name. The mod. That's the thing. I love drafting and I love tinkering on CAD machines. So I says, let me just doodle around, and I started doodling around, and there was really nothing that would hold a 221-700 with a high capacity squonk bottle, and it's centered 510. There's a lot. I know that there's these 3D ones out there where the 510 pin is out off to the side, and they got them, like kind of crazy shape. But there's literally nothing out there with a 510 that is actually centered, where you could basically any RDA you would put on there would look really nice and sexy, rather than just off to the side. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? So I started, putting my mouse to the board, and then I just started designing, and I came up with a couple. I'm actually on prototype 3 right now. I'm having a problem with the so-called sled. I don't know if I want the mod to come apart into 2 pieces and have like just the juice, and then the mod itself with the chip, or have the whole sled slide from the bottom. I'm trying to figure out a way where it would be less problematic in the future, because I think of all these things because I've seen a lot of mods that come out, and then they find out that they wear over here, or they break over there, or you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to go through the whole mental process of what could go wrong, which I'm beating myself up for, and that's what's taken so long. But I guess I just want something like nice, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I know, when you create something from your mind, you want it to be good.
Right. It's like it's a complete cylindrical mod, right? I mean, it's
yeah, and it's nothing innovative, obviously, but I remember like a few years ago, my girl, she got me for Christmas that UE Boom speaker, that everyone loves, and it is a really badass speaker. And I'm like, you know what? I got to come up with a shape that literally the whole world ended up enjoying, which was just a cylindrical shape. I mean, this speaker did mass sales. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a cylindrical shape. And and honestly, that's where I started off. I started off right there, And that's it. So, I mean, I did contact a few companies, obviously I'm not going to mention them, but they kind of shut me down, saying it was too big. But I kind of like, I'm pretty an aggressive person when it comes to stuff like that. And I kind of wrote them back, and I let them know that none of their mods was actually, even at a single battery, was smaller than what I was doing. So I don't know why you're calling my mod big. I mean, I'm that is housing 221-700 and a 30 ml fucking, capacity bottle. I mean,
that's something that people haven't seen. You know what I mean? That's something that,
No, and that's the thing. And I've literally I compacted it. I think the radius where I finally came down to was 50 millimeters. I guess you could say it's big. It's not a mod that you're going to carry around in your pocket. I never meant it for that. You know what I'm saying? It's just a nice mod to have that power, to have that capacity of juice. You know what I mean?
Well, didn't you talk about being able to have like changeable 510s plates?
Correct, and that's the other thing. As I was, designing this mod, I just kept seeing that how everyone loves to like put new face plates and new doors and new this, and I'm like, you know what? And again, you gotta start all over again because now you have to make parts that are interchangeable. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yep. Customizable, man.
Yeah, and I think that's what everybody loves. You know what I'm saying? They love the fact that they can customize their mod to their color, their specifications, and whatever they enjoy. You know what I mean?
Let's call it what it is. They're accessorizing.
Yeah. Hey, you're right, man. They are accessorizing.
I tell you what, I've seen some of these guys. I won't slander my own community here because I vape, but I've seen some of these guys like go full on bitch with accessorizing and glamorizing their mods and stuff. It's like, God damn, my wife doesn't even go that deep when she's buying a purse. I mean, come on, guys, relax. But you know what? If that's what makes you happy, that you want to have, these bedazzled caps and doors and shit, hey, knock yourself out, man.
I will say, I did want to point out that Mark Bowen said that he slept with a couple of rhinos, so that's interesting.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know what that's about. I've slept with a midget once, so there was that. Excuse me, little person.
I've never slept with a 10, but one night I slept with 5 2s. Okay.
Does that count?
5 2s.
So, chat down there. So you kind of heard Dominic Vaping Rhino talk about his mod a little bit. Would you guys want a dual 21700 that had a 30 mil capacity and then panel? What do you guys think about it? I know I interrupted Steve Hughes about that.
You know what? I'd like a dual 21700 perch stack, but that's a little bit much for me.
I think there are certain people that do want that. As you guys know, I don't vape at high wattages, so it doesn't really suit me. But yes, I would use it at the house, I think, because I feel like you'd get great battery life. I think, especially the way I vape, I would be able to use that while I'm chilling, just kicking it, watching a movie, doing something like that. But
great point. Great point that you just made, because my intentions were not to have this thing at like super high wattages. It was mainly for longevity, like long battery life, man. Because some of my 21700 mods, I can go like almost 3 days without changing the batteries on them. That's not saying that I'm only using that mod, because I literally right now have like at least maybe 20 mods in front of me that I literally rotate in rotation. But it's still, I love the fact that I don't have to change the battery, that quickly on it. And that was my main objective, was for longevity, Yeah,
you're talking 3 to 4 days at the way Steve vapes, with the higher ohms. Sure. You're talking a couple days on 2 21700s. That's marathon style lasting batteries.
Well, I've really switched my vaping from 18650s to 21700s. So I mean, I support anything new coming out with 21700s, because I think that it's underutilized for dual battery squonks.
So chat is Robert Riggins said he'd be down for one. Billy Cooper said don't have to fill your mod or change your batteries for days. Aha.
I didn't even mention the bottle part. Yeah, that's a good thing too.
Yeah.
Braden kind of said he normally swaps back. Basically, he said he wouldn't want one, but he could definitely see people wanting one. Mike in LA kind of suggested working with Charles Rowe of Box Mod Mafia to help make it not a brick in terms of weight, I'm assuming.
Yeah, aesthetically.
Well, I think that was the problem, that the first dual 21700 squonks that came out were side-by-side, series or parallel regardless. And those things were like holding a 2x4 in your hand. And you can't put the battery side by side with the bottle because it's just so long with those three side by side.
Right.
I think that left that taste in a lot of people. That's why people thought the 21700 wasn't going to last, because they saw these huge box mods. You know, if you change the design up a little bit and compact it, you'll probably have something that a lot of people can get behind.
I agree with that.
I agree.
So I'd say
that was my objective, to try to compact these two batteries into the smallest space possibly available. And obviously with the housing, I mean, even if you put the two batteries side by side, I mean, you're at already 42 millimeters right there, you know? Mm-hmm. So you got to build a case and a housing, and basically going to pick up like another 8 millimeters, which, I mean, in retrospect is really, really nothing. I mean, I've really compacted this thing down to like the smallest it can go. I mean, the only other way was to use a LiPo. And to be honest, I'm really not familiar with LiPo.
It's better to go with batteries.
I wanted to utilize the 21700 because I personally think it's a great battery.
I agree. So for me, there's UL just came out with the Squonk mod called the Block, UL Blocks. Yeah, and it's had mixed reviews. I personally liked it, but the main reason that I liked it was because I had a 15 milliliter bottle, right? And I was like, I have not, and I'll sit there and I speed test atomizers, and I usually, not 100% of the time, but 90% of the time, test atomizers for review in Squonk mode, right? And so that I usually make sure I run at least 15 milliliters minimum through them, right? That's kind of because I still pick up other things. So even if it's a week that I'm testing something, who knows? So I've been trying to lately kind of find a good parameter for how much juice I should run through it rather than time, if that makes any sense, because I could vape on it as the only thing for 3 days and get as much out of it as if I just put it in my normal rotation over 2 weeks, right? So anyway, I like a bigger Squonk bottle, and they did a good job, in my opinion, of making it fairly compact for having a 15 milliliter bottle. I mean, it was a pump system, not technically a Squonk system, a traditional Squonk system, but I would rock a dual 21. I would. I totally would.
I mean, and like I said, me personally, I wouldn't even take it out with me, because it's not something you could stick in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? But at the house, I think it'd be a must-have at the house, because you know what, it's there, it's got the power, it's got an awesome chip, and that capacity, like you're saying.
One of the people I'm thinking of, and there's a lot of them in the vape community that I've talked to, in the shades of Mike Schneider, truck drivers. That would be a great cup holder mod, especially for long truck drivers. That would be a fabulous mod.
Yeah.
That's actually, that's a good point. I think,
you know what, I didn't even think about that. That is a very good point, because, man, I would hate to see, because I know a lot of people, even though they make a joke out of it, don't drip and drive, but something is going to end up happening. And that's all the fucking FDA needs, is to ram some other shit up our asses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When there's a lot more out there going on. So, yeah, you know what? That is an excellent point, man. I appreciate that, bro.
Hey, Carlos wants to know if you have the mod at hand so you can see it.
Yeah, I'll go get it if you guys want to. Give me a sec. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Well, while he's doing that, I think that what someone should do is come up with, well, I guess it's just you and me, Bill. I think what someone should do is they should come up with a custom bottle. It doesn't even have to be a bottle. It could be more like a bladder. You know what I'm saying? And it could go around something, and then it would have more capacity. It doesn't have to be a cylindrical bottle. It could be just any type of silicone thing that you could wrap around to give you less space taken up. You know what I mean?
So I'll give you a laugh. I had an idea, and I was playing with it, and I shouldn't say it on the live stream in front of all these people. Rhino's going to love this idea as soon as I say it. But what my idea is I wanted it was a stacked 21700 with a bottle on the side of it. All right? But what I wanted is the tube where you could pop off the top of a 60 mil Rhino, the Gorilla bottle, and literally screw it right into the Squonk mod. I mean, granted, it would be a big mod, but it would be a 60 mil bottle attached to a Dual 21-700 stack mod. That thing will last forever. But you better really like the juice.
Hey, so what I said when you walked away was, you know, maybe a way to save space. I don't know if this is possible, but have a custom type bottle made to where it's not exactly a bottle. You know what I mean?
Actually, Steve, it isn't. The bottle is custom, and it's like the only way I could explain it to you is if you were holding it sideways, it's like a half moon shape, and then long, because obviously it takes up the whole cylindrical part for me to take up as much space as I could.
Yeah.
So,
I see.
you're not going to probably see this on there really well, but I could just show you because he just 3D printed it. Obviously, it's not soft, but I don't know if you could see that.
Yeah,
you see how
it's like that, man. Yeah.
Dude, it's nice.
So I try to take up all. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I really worked hard as trying to figure out to take up, because you know, if you were to put a round bottle, all that space on the side is dead.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's a good idea.
No, I need to use that, like literally every square millimeter of this mod. So, but anyway, this is the actual mod right there, and I'm holding it in my hand and it disappeared. So that's how big it is.
I think it's hard to grasp the size because it's on camera, but I think it doesn't look that big. I think it just looks round. You know what I mean? I don't think it's like, it looks shorter than I thought it was, I think.
Yeah.
It's 90 millimeters.
So yeah, I mean, it's.
But like I said, I hold it in my hand and it just disappears.
Yeah, it's definitely ergonomic.
Yeah.
So,
and, you know, this is the squonk right there. So I made it like really oblong.
Oh, and big, open.
Yeah, because then I wanted to have like different color squonk bottles, and I wanted to be able that color to protrude and show through. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You could give it a 2 to 3 finger squeeze.
Yep. 2 fingers are filling in there. So, and basically the 510, this would be the inserts where you could, you know, put whatever you want. I mean, glass, ceramic, you know, Juma, and have that color on there, along with the front panel that you can change.
I think it's actually that's a good idea, man. I think that if you can get it to where it's all fully functionable and you can show it off, I think it would be a little bit more of a sale. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely. I just don't want to put out something and then I'm not happy with it, or I didn't see or overlooked, and you know, look foolish because I'm nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a small guy that's just trying to fucking build a mod. That's all.
So wait, when you squeeze the bottle, will it hit up against the batteries, or where do you have like something it's going to hit against to make sure it's a good?
Yeah, there's a flat plate right in front of it that it's not hitting the batteries. The batteries are going to be protected by its own housing.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely.
Well, because you know sometimes bottles move around, but that bottle looks like it would probably be pretty secure, I guess.
Yeah, it would definitely not be moving around.
What?
Plus, I have also implemented a way to have like magnets going down the side where you can literally just take the bottle and basically slap it on there, and it would stay in place.
Sure.
You know.
See, that's something also you got to make sure that it's easy to put the bottle in and out, especially with that much juice, because you want to make sure that it goes in there and it doesn't miss the pin, and then you know.
Oh yeah.
Everywhere.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's definitely what people don't like, and that's another thing that I considered about having like you know, like double O-ring like inserts when the bottle snaps in there, where you can, you know what I'm saying?
Like a custom bottle top.
Correct. You know what? And that's why I gotta say I have a lot of respect for the top side. I mean, I really enjoy what they did.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you guys watched the review, but literally the only con I had about this is I for the life of me, and it has to be placing, and you know, obviously to have that room for the squonk to come across, because the bottle's on the opposite side of the RDA. That's what that was what got me. So obviously this squonk pin is making some kind of 90-degree. But the only thing that got me is why didn't they put that 510 center with the barrel? It's offset, and if you use an RDA bigger than 24 25 millimeters, it starts coming off the sides and the front, and the back is still empty. I don't know if you guys realize that, but that 510 pin is not centered with the barrel. And that's not something that like, oh, I'm not going to buy that mod. It was just like, I just wanted to know why. And the only thing I could come up with is that they needed that space, you know, to have that tube or whatever to pick up from the squonk bottle.
I think that probably has something to do with it. Yeah. They probably tried and just couldn't get it to be center.
Yeah. And to me, this is the best squonk action, I should call it, to date. I mean, when I press this bottle, there's juice going up into that RDA like instantaneously. There's no, I don't know, I can't explain. It's a very good, they did a very good job on this. I got to give it.
I give them full credit because the top side is, you know, not sounding like an ass, but for all intents and purposes, with all the different squonks out there, they're mostly the same idea, just different designs. The top side I felt was the first true innovation I'd seen in a long time.
Agreed.
See, I haven't tried that yet, but I've heard everybody say good things about it. I have not tried the top side.
What?
I haven't tried it, man.
Neither have I. I don't have one.
Someone said something about your mod, Dominic. I'm looking for it in the chat, but
you guys haven't tried a top side?
I've never never tried it.
You've never even tried one.
I tell you what, for the price, you guys will definitely not be disappointed. That's just
I agree. I gave it my mass manufactured mod of the year for my best of, yeah.
Well, wait, what do you think about the dual battery one?
I like the single better.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I had already fell in love with the single, so it was hard to. Yeah.
I mean, I think that it's a 21700, right?
Yeah, the single one is.
See, that's all you really need, man.
Yeah, and the dual is not though. The dual I think is only 18650. Correct me if I'm wrong, Gary.
No, you're right. I did a review on that one too, and it's still when I first got it, I was like, oh shit, it's the same thing except for dual, but I basically like wasn't getting much more battery life for a much bigger size. I mean, I was getting more battery life, but not exceptionally more. The form factor wasn't quite as good. It just I like the single more.
Do you think they should have gone with dual 21700 or dual 2700?
I think it would have got a little too bulky the way they have it designed.
Yeah, and that's the whole premises of this, trying to make a dual 21700 with a high volume, capacity bottle. It's getting bulky, and this.
If they're gonna do a 21700, just stick to the single battery. I think that would be fair for the size of the mod, because they have that where the chip is, it's built out a little bit. Where the bottle is, it's built out, and there's that belly in the middle for the battery. You try and do a dual on that thing's going to be huge. That's going to be the size of a drone.
Really, that's what I was thinking.
Really quick, I want to interject here. If you guys stick around till the end of the show, Mark over at Squonk America is so appreciative of our talk about Squonk America that we're going to give away one strawberry and one blueberry 60 ml bottle of each from the ODB line.
Wait. Say that again?
The ODB strawberry and blueberry 60 ml bottles, Squonk America is giving it away to somebody in the chat right now, tonight. Boom, bye.
What? Here. Can I enter? I've been chatting.
Nope, you're not allowed.
ODB.
They just want us to make the giveaway fun, so we got to figure out something. So keep thinking, guys.
We ain't doing the guess my age again. We can guess we can guess the boss man's age. That's it. I'm done.
We can guess my
we should pull out a crazy RDA and have someone guess what it is.
So
I wonder if I anyway,
wait,
sorry.
Do what?
He was talking about pulling out a crazy RDA and whoever guessed it first.
Anything, RTA, anything. Just
that's a good idea, I think, but
trying to think of what oddball I got an oddball RDA in my build right now that I can put up. Probably not many people know what it is.
I have one. I don't think anyone would ever guess what it is.
There you go.
Hey, I'll go grab it. But
Oh
hey,
my God, I knew that one right away.
I think we should probably talk about the FDA thing. You know?
Absolutely.
Go for
Right.
it.
Well, from what I've seen and what people have told me, that mod makers and I guess RDA makers and probably juice companies are getting letters that I don't really know what the letter entails because I didn't see it, but it probably has something to do with like cease and desist, right? Stop making what you're making. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
what a
much.
cease and desist is. I know
So, I
Juul
mean-
Juul is also sending them out right now. Phoenix got one because we sell Juul compatible pods. However, their pods weren't made before the August 8th deadline, so or 6th, or maybe I got that shit mixed up, but it wasn't made
August 8th.
Yeah, August 8th deadline. So it apparently, from what I've talked to some legal experts, if and this isn't a Phoenix position, this is a personal position, but if it was made after that deadline, then they have really no ground to stand on, meaning the Juul pods were made after that deadline. So,
Game over for Joel.
well, they can't not let people make similar pods because they're not supposed to be making them, essentially, is what it is. They don't own any kind of exclusivity.
So, I mean, what's the basic grounds of the letter then?
Let me look it up again. So I know they started sending out cease and desists based on your advertising about a year ago, I want to say, where basically labels that they thought were appealing to minors, they were sending cease and desist letters. Companies like what is it, Candy King?
Yeah.
So
This one too, the Bazooka. They had to change theirs too, man. They're this now.
Oh yeah. Oh wow, they changed theirs a lot.
Yep.
It's way different. And I know that Rainbow Mouth kind of voluntarily changed theirs. Let's see. I'm trying to find one of the letters the FDA sent out.
Well, someone posted it on Facebook and then they took it down because I think they had to. I don't know if you saw this. It was sent to the guy who makes plugs.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah. And I guess he posted. What is it?
What did they send to Connor?
I don't know. He posted it on Facebook, then he took it down.
Wow.
But I was told this through someone, so I was just trying to get more information on it because I didn't really exactly know what was all entailed in it.
Well, I read a post too, but it didn't have much information beyond what we just kind of said. I'm wondering if chat's saying anything. I'm trying to find right now. So I know that small-scale manufacturers were required to provide their ingredient listings.
Yep.
And there was a notice because there were some who had an extended deadline because of recent natural disasters that they got letters saying that they're they have till May 8th now. But I don't know this particular situation you're speaking of, so I'm trying to see. Is that the real Dole Dime?
There was a lot of debate about, the pre, you weren't supposed to design new addies or new mods after a certain date, the August 8th thing. But I believe that was pulled back until 2021. That was my understanding when they replaced that, and they said we're going to hold it off and table it till 2021. And what I explained to everybody was, you know, I honestly felt that was just the FDA's way of buying themselves time to gear up and steamroll us later on.
So, I mean, if you're like a new RDA maker or a new mod maker, is there any hope for you to be able to just become successful from it? Or do you just have to do it in a certain amount of time? Or what?
Well, I just find it funny that everybody's saying they're not allowed to make new equipment, but I see a lot of new addies coming out, even from American guys.
Yeah.
Well, because I heard also.
Wait. I want to say that. I want to say this real quick, and I got to say this. This is the old man in me. Dull Dime, do me a favor. Stop with the comments. You're not going to hijack our live stream with your posts, okay? No trolling. Chill out.
We can boot him. We have moderator privilege.
Yeah, why don't you do that? What's he saying?
A couple comments about Ruby.
Yeah. Let's just get rid of his ass.
And they're posing to be Michelle Lynn, who's an amazingly sweet woman and a advocate. So
it's cool. Yeah.
So Mark commented in the comments and said he got the letter. So I'm assuming he's saying Connor got a letter.
Yeah.
Damn. That's a rough one. That really is.
Well, because I also heard something about China not sending out as much products to reviewers or something too.
Well, what happened is Rip Trippers. You don't mind me saying names on your channel, right, Steve?
No,
because I'm not slanderous. I'm saying what legit happened. I'll actually see if I can find the exact post real quick. But Rip Trippers posted on Instagram something about, I'm sorry, I haven't been doing a lot of reviews. Their companies aren't really sending me stuff. And then a lot of people were like debating, well, you're charging $10,000 to review. Why can't you buy stuff to review?
Yeah.
Exactly. That shows me that he's not real to our community.
And I'm sure he doesn't watch my channel, so you can pretty much say, you know.
Yeah.
That's
if
true.
he ain't reviewing it, if he won't review it unless he gets paid for it. And that right there shows me you're not a member of this community. You're a fucking leech on this community.
Yep.
Yeah, but Bill, can I just say something though? Do you think he's the only one doing that?
No.
Oh no, I know there's a lot of people doing that, just not to his extreme. That's my problem.
You know, this past week I was just been pondering because I watched your live shows in the past, and in one of them, and I didn't know this about Eric. He was talking about, and correct me if I'm wrong. You had a collapsed lung.
Yeah.
And man, that shit stayed with me, and I'm thinking like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? How can they possibly even consider that cigarettes are a much better alternative than vaping? I mean, if this stuff is making people stop smoking, and we've already known, and what is it? I mean, I try to look up the numbers. 480,000 deaths just in the United States from smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, hey, man, I say this a lot.
What the fuck the problem is? That's all. I mean, like, why? Why are they attacking people?
I want to address one thing. Robert Riggin said he made no appearances, which is correct. He makes no appearances, but he didn't dip out of advocacy because he had his own flavor line, his own juice line for a while.
Yeah.
Actually, he donated 50% of all of his profits to vape advocacy. That was the only time he ever. And now, granted, I'm not defending him, but it's fair is fair. He did try, but I don't know if he followed through. But he made a juice that had like an American flag on it and like a shadow of his face.
Yeah. Well, look, I think when you're talking about Rip Trippers, it's like a catch-22. Because look, the guy is good at what he does, but he doesn't. I don't know, man. You know, he might be out for himself, but he's also built himself up from when he was just like our channels, and now he's blew up. Now, am I saying it's right what he does? No, but he's successful at what he does. I would say for the most part, he does help some people stop smoking. So if that's what you can ask for, I mean, you know, a little lotion on the knuckles doesn't hurt.
I agree with him. When he started out, he was doing his reviews at a kitchen table. That's when I started watching him. I mean, I started vaping before there were vape reviewers. So you had to hang out at a shop if you wanted information. So, I mean, when he came out, he was great at first. Once he started going into that cartoon character shit, that I stopped watching him. I haven't seen a video of his since, I think, 2000.
Yeah, his early reviews were a lot different, and they were very much more
informational,
and now they seem more like commercials. I will say that I was on a chain of... I've just started recently getting emails from companies. Like, I'm like 75 subs away from 2,000, so I'm just now starting to get some emails, and especially after NVE and talking to companies in person. And
yeah, Tony's the magic number. Anything 1,500, I believe, is when you'll start seeing companies approach you.
And so in one of these emails that actually came a while before NVE, it was a while ago now, but one of the companies who sends me stuff, which is one of the only Innokin, I'll just say Innokin and Gas Mods and iJoy are the three companies who have ever sent me anything so far. Innokin I hand off to the other two guys here. Gas Mods I do. iJoy, I did one or two of their things, and since I've handed off because I like being able to buy what I review, because I just like being able to buy what I review, for the most part. But anyway, so one of these emails, they just forward the same emails, and they'll forget to delete the threads from before. I saw his asking price, and it was not in the single digit of thousands. So,
well, dude, go watch. I went on his channel probably about a couple days ago just to see like what his videos were like now, and his last video, or one of his last ones, was him, and he had just bought like a Porsche or something, dude. So that's telling you that he's making money somewhere, and it's like he was showing his brand new ass car. So it's like, I don't know, man. Like I said,
if he was asking $10,000 for one,
he's definitely making money. I've read something where he was clearing like over 1.2 million a year from his channel.
Well, yeah, you do quick math. He's getting 10,000 a video. He's doing 4 to 5 videos a week. So we'll say 4 videos a week. There's 52 weeks in a year. So 208 videos times 10 grand per video. And that's just on the reviewer fees. That's not anything from ad revenue. That's not anything from affiliate links, which really isn't a thing anymore in the last few months because YouTube's been cracking down on it. But he did have affiliate links. His products that he put out, his website where he's making money, all those things. So, I mean,
his juice line.
You know what? I can't be mad because look at Richard. What's his name? Twisted 420.
Yeah.
Twisted 420. He did videos where he went out in his front yard and there's 2 brand new Mercedes-Benz parked in the driveway. He's. But I know his wife makes money too, but, it's same thing. And exactly what Carlos said. They're mainstream vape gear commercials. That's all they are.
Yeah, but, when you look at bigger channels, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but it's almost like you strive to get that big, but you would hope that you keep the same morals and the same ethics that you use in your reviews now.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, look, I don't know any of those people personally. They could be doing down to the book review, but if not, that sucks. Like I said, those are people that I watched when I first started vaping and I wanted to review, and I'm glad that I went my own way and I don't do what they do. But hey, man, they're successful at what they do as advertisers, as entertainers. I don't know if you guys think that, but
so I
do. On my business card for my review channel, it says vape personality. And that's exactly how I listed it. There you go. That's right? One of the cars.
That's a BMW M4. That's Rip Trippers. That's a 70,000. That's 70,000 to start. That's the lowest package without.
And his was like, extras. No, I watched the video. His is like the fucking souped up, like best one.
Top of the line.
So triple figures. And I'm not knocking it. If I ever get to that point where I could have that nice of a living from doing vape reviews, I wouldn't turn it down.
That's what I'm saying.
But I also wouldn't be doing commercials. I'd still be doing reviews.
No. I agree. But honestly, you know what? He's going to have haters no matter what. And if it's not because they hate what he does, it's because they hate him because they're jealous, you know? And
That's
I see that 100%. I mean, I'm jealous as hell. I would love to have a channel that big. But honestly, if my channel got that big, I honestly don't think I would transform myself. You know, if you have something that works, you know, like my style of review, I mean, stick with what works. Don't turn into a commercial because that's going to cost you friends, you know, and that it seemed to alienate him because he has no real friends in the vape community. You don't hear other reviewers talking about him. Like, you know, you mentioned Tony B to any reviewer and they're like, oh, he's a great guy. You know, you mentioned Rip Trippers and everybody just kind of rolls their eyes.
So wait, Mr. Vaping Rhino, I don't remember if we asked this, but why did you start your channel?
I mentioned it. It was because I wanted to try to see if I can get some exposure out there for my mod, basically. But then I just started getting into it, and I actually enjoyed what I was doing. And to address what Bill just said, you also got to consider what these guys are reviewing to compare to what you guys are reviewing.
Yeah.
I think they're two completely different class. I don't know if you want to categorize them that way. You know what I'm saying? But you know, when we're reviewing like an RDA that is made, you know, in small batches, you know, you don't see these guys reviewing that because they can't make money off of that. You know what I'm saying? They need to review these mass marketed RDAs because that's the only way they're gonna make money. I mean, you know, Wicked is not gonna pay Rip Trippers $10,000 to do a review because they can't even keep up with what the hell they do. They got, you know, having drops once a month or whatever the hell it is. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work that way. They just stick to that mass market and shit. And I don't know if you guys noticed lately, they're running out of so much shit that they're fucking reviewing pods.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's where you got to ask yourself, where, you know, where's it going, and where do you want to go as a reviewer? Yeah. I know for me, I enjoy doing this kind of stuff right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
This is what I enjoy doing. I mean, and to me, I'm happy with that. You know what I'm saying?
So I had this dilemma last week. I had a company, and I have always told myself that at some point I would probably take money to jump the queue, but I would never get paid for a review, right? But that I wanted to be in the tens of thousands, where I got to a point that I was so overwhelmed with product that companies did pay me to do their product before the rest, right? But I had an email for the first time from a company I had actually never even heard of, and they said that they wanted to pay me to do a review. And I didn't even, no. I sat there and I was like, what? Because I
think it.
I did, and I'm not gonna lie. I legit, I had to stop and think about it. I was like, $500, which is nothing compared to 10,000, but still decent. That's a decent amount of money for me. $500, and I emailed them back and told them that, you know, I wouldn't take money for the review itself. That I was always going to give an honest review on a product, but that if they wanted theirs to be reviewed first, then we could talk. And I also offered them to give, like, instead of, in lieu of payment, to give the company a higher tier discount for distribution purposes, like giving us the 1,000 mod discount instead of 500, like, because I haven't done this. This was the first time anybody's offered money, so I was like, what, you know, and I wanted to make it clear that you weren't going to pay me for a review, that it would, there's these other options, but it's tough, and I don't know how people like Bogan, who turns that down, doesn't even do jump the queue. It feels like jump the queue has been acceptable from what I've noticed.
I was to be paid for one review, and it was by a small company, and I told them I couldn't take money because it goes against my principle. I do this as a hobby, and what I asked for in lieu, and you, Eric, and Steve, you guys both know about this, I told them, for payment, how about you just give the two reviewers I am associated with a mod each to review, and I think that's a fair trade. And I'll do your review, and I'll put it up in front of everybody. And they never answered me. They just completely ghosted me.
No, this company is bugging me still because they wanted a number on the Jump the Queue, and I didn't want to say something outrageous, and I didn't know if I was comfortable still with that. What about you guys? What if someone offered you $250 to have you review their product before anything else?
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, to be honest, I guess you have to just look at yourself as a person and say what you want to do and how you want to handle it. I mean, for me, I would say, you know what? Let's say if it was an RDA, let's just say, for argument's sake, it was a $30 RDA. So you know what? Instead of giving me $250, give me $250 in RDAs that I can give out to the community.
That's a good idea.
There you go.
I guess on the whim, that's all I can think of at the moment. But I'm not in that predicament. I don't know. But I guess, you know, that would be the fairest thing that I could do to help out my community, my viewers. I guess that's the way I could see it giving back.
I gotta go sideways for a second. I gotta mention Philly Vapes in the group because of the simple fact he did something to us last week and planted a subliminal thought in my head. And I was in a local vape shop and I picked this up, the Shamrock Cookie from Sad Boy. And
he ran out. He ran out.
Fucking good as hell, man. I literally blew through almost half a bottle in like fucking 3 days.
Well, if you're asking me what I think about jumping the queue, here's my thing. When I review a product, especially RDAs, I'm not like, I mean, a lot of people, they'll use the RDA maybe for a day, 2 days, maybe open box review. For me, I'll use an RDA for, and I know not a lot of people do this, but I'll use it for like 2 weeks. And then I will do a review, which is probably why I don't get a lot of products out first. But, I mean, look, for the most part, I try to use them until I find what's really wrong with them. Or if there's nothing and I can find that out within a week, then I'll put the review out. But I don't know, man. I'm not in that situation yet either, so I can't really say.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, like I said, it was the first time for me. But,
yeah.
And it hasn't happened yet, and what I was thinking is like maybe like make it clear, because we are doing a service, and I spend thousands of dollars each month on products to review. Like I'm literally working a second job to pay for products to review. So yeah, and
I mean, honestly, like what is it, Braden Shiner said, take the money and review the product. Honestly, I'm down, and I think that's good for some people. But the problem is the way the vape community runs and the way we act towards one another sometimes. If you openly say, I got paid to do a review, trust me, there's going to be haters out there that are going to make you feel like crap. You know, they're going to call you a sellout. Trust me, there's going to be haters that are going to jump on your ass. So
right.
You have that.
But meanwhile, 98% of the people that they do watch are doing the same thing.
Of course.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, look, if you want to jump the queue,
circle jerk, man. That's all it is. It's a big fucking circle jerk. You know what I mean? That's where it gets complicated, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
But hey, if you jump the queue and you're honest and you say the product sucks, then whatever, take the money. Because if the product sucks and you're honest about it, then why not get paid for your time?
I agree with. Yes, there's going to be haters no matter what. I mean, it's. But me, I'm the nice guy. I try to make everybody happy. I want to get along with everybody. I mean, some people you just can't please. So you know, fuck them.
I think at the end of the day, as long as your review's honest, then I mean, whatever, you make money doing your reviews. I mean, you know, some people, that's how they make their living as well too. So, and it also helps to buy more products for the next review. You know, I mean.
Or at least to help them make a good choice on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, because what you may consider to be a bad product, the next guy may not. And, you know, at that point, you got to ask yourself, who the hell was really honest? Because it's the same product.
Right.
You know? I mean, you know, there's a really fine line you got to step over there. And, you know, I mean, for me, I know my last review I did the Cubera. And I'm like you, Steve. I like to test it a little bit, you know. But here's the other factor with that. You wait too long, and you have like 4, 5, 10 people now that posted up already videos on this ahead of you, and you know, they're beating you to the punch with the views, I guess you can call it. You know what I'm saying?
100%, man.
So I do it on a product by product basis, right? So, for instance, the Wismex Surface, I bought at NVE, and it's now April 1st, so it was 2 weeks ago I bought it. And when I bought it, I was one of 4 people in the entire world to have it, because they had 3 that they brought to NVE and 1 that they were planning on sending to Vaping with Twisted 420. So I was able to buy the 1 kit at NVE. There was 2 more there, and I don't know who else bought them. And I was like, I'm going to get this out quick. But I was having all sorts of different experiences with the product. I didn't feel like I knew it well enough to give it a score. I didn't, because I score, you know, I do the whole scoring thing. So it's not posted yet. It'll actually be posted tonight, and I recorded the review this weekend. And I lost. Richard, Vaping with Twisted 420, posted a review first. And one of the subscribers, you know, who I think is in chat right now, Roy, emailed me and was like, Vaping with Twisted 420 beat you to the punch. But I just didn't feel comfortable reviewing it yet because I didn't know it well enough. But there are other things that I've gotten, and 3 days later, I felt comfortable reviewing it. I felt like I knew it inside and out. I felt like I had tried enough builds in it. Usually, those are products that get good reviews because I'm having a good experience with it right out of the box. It's usually when I'm having a bad experience that I try to work on it more. But the Surface, the reason why it took me longer was because it was just so different to me. It was a mesh-based RDTA, and I had never used a mesh-based RDTA. I've only used like 4 RDTAs, period, before that. So,
see, I won't review anything RTA or RDA with mesh because I find it silly that you got to stuff a half a pound of cotton in a fucking RDA. I just can't fucking do it. I can't do it.
Hey, I'm gonna break back. I'm gonna grab that RDA that you guys are gonna do the thing with.
Yeah,
you got to pound of cotton in it and burn 30 mils of juice to get it primed.
Yeah. Eric, I wanted to make a point about what you were just talking about, you know, about not feeling comfortable. And then at the end of the day, let's just say, for argument's sake, you would have just put it out there just to beat somebody to the punch. You know, how good are you going to feel about yourself by saying something that probably, in all honesty, wasn't true because, you know, you said it yourself, you really weren't familiar with it, you know? So now you got to ask yourself, the second question is, how familiar were these guys with it? I mean, because really, in retrospect, what makes them any more special than you are? I mean, you're testing a product. You know, there's only one way to vape a product. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's either good, bad, or indifferent. But in the end, you know, why is this guy beating you to the punch? And was he doing it just to be the first guy out there? And was he totally honest?
Well, you know I wasn't going to call him on this, but he skipped. I mean, I could rewatch his review, but after I recorded mine, because I try not to watch other reviews until I've already reviewed that product. But I watched his review yesterday, and when he goes over the chipset, he skipped the whole settings thing. He said, oh, you know, it's very simple. All you can do is change modes, but there's a whole settings menu that you can get into.
And hence why he didn't give it enough time, because he was rushing, you know, to put this product out. And, you know, so now there's a whole chapter that people don't even know about. And that's where you have to ask yourself, you know, and, you know, I guess it's all about the subscribers. You know, if they're inclined enough to understand, well, this guy took his time, but he did a more thorough review of it. So you have to respect this guy a little bit better. But most people don't think like that. People that are buying mass market devices don't think like that. They're like fucking horses with blinders on. And they just go to that one spot who they're familiar with. And, you know, oh, I'm going to go to this guy because he's got, you know, 200,000 subscribers. He knows better. That's not the case, you know. And anyway, my point is I respect what you did. And
thank you.
And that was basically the same thing I found when I reviewed this Kubera. I know someone else beat me to the punch to it because after I watched their video, I'm happy that I waited. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I really am. Because I strongly believe that my video was a lot more informative. I strongly believe that. Yeah, maybe it was lengthy, but it was a lot more informative, and I have to believe that in my heart. That's what I believe. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy that I waited, and in the end, I mean,
honestly, the way I see Richard doing it,
watching my review over that one. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I see Richard doing it. The way he puts his out first is because I can see him doing that, because if people hear, hey, there's a new mod coming out, so they go Google it, and they see a review, and his is the only review, he's going to get that many more views than everybody else. Yep, he's just trying to move himself up.
Right, but the review itself is not correct.
No, correct. He's just got a bunch of fluffed up views.
Yeah.
Hey, so I got three RDAs or atomizers that I think that I could show up there, and I don't know if you guys want to do it that way or not, but
we should. But real quick, I want to point out there was a compliment to Dominic, and there was something brought up to me. So we was talking about how Dominic reviewed the hell out of the Rebirth, and he said these fucking O-rings. And then Mailman Vapes 2. Mailman,
did you have a shredded O-ring on yours too?
What?
Did he have a shredded O-ring on his too?
Yeah.
Oh my god, they sucked.
Yeah, I had a shredded O-ring on one of mine.
Even the ones in the bag were shredded. I'm sorry, Eric. Go ahead.
You're good. Mailman Vapes 2 brought up the Hugo Asura. Mike Vapes, in his defense, did give like a indifferent review on it, but a lot of reviewers, especially Ambitions, I'm sorry I'm saying the names, Steve, but gave it a pretty good review, and it pissed me off.
What product?
The Asura from Hugo Mods.
Oh yeah.
It had the detachable squonk area. It was a complete piece of shit. And I was upset because I was like, they rushed this out because it was kind of in the same vein as the Topside and the Delta Revenue.
Wait, it was the pump thing?
It was a regular squonk, but it had this extra compartment that detached so that it could become a non-squonkable mod. And it had this little nipple.
Yes. Yeah.
And there were so many issues with mine. Element Vape gave me my money back for that mod. That's how bad the QC was.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say, why these guys are pushing it. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
I'm sorry. I just don't believe in that. You know what I'm saying?
But that's proof right there that either they're not taking time with it or they just, I don't know, man.
Doing it because they need the subscribers, because they want to get up there, they want to be the first up there, or all the above and getting paid.
But look, I've seen a lot of big time reviewers. I've had products that they've reviewed. I've picked them up on my own and I've used them, and I've found stuff immediately that was wrong with them.
Same.
They didn't point out one fucking thing.
Oh yeah,
and that pisses me off.
I don't even want to get into the person that reviewed this guy. I mean, fucking, I can't even believe that Michael Natividad didn't even ask for the fucking mod back.
See, and I will say that my reviews probably skew more towards good products because, again, like products that I'm going to like. Because, again, I'm buying products out of my own pocket. I'm not getting if I was just getting sent all these mass-marketed products, I guarantee you there would be a lot more. Instead of 1 out of every 5 would be an extremely bad product, and then 1 average, and then the rest were slightly above average to good. It would be a lot more, this thing fucking sucks, if I was getting the same products they got.
I like what Robert Regan said about Ambitions Vapor. Those guys, they were starting to head the way of Rich Trippers with everybody's, this is awesome, buy this is awesome, buy this. Everything they reviewed. I stopped watching them because of that.
Hey, can I show this RDA?
Sorry. Are we gonna do it so whoever guesses it is the winner?
Dude, I'm just gonna show it, but I really doubt anyone's ever gonna guess what this thing is, man.
So why don't we say, and we'll keep talking for a little bit, see who gets it.
All right, I'll show it, and I have a second one if nobody can get this one.
And
It's
Dominic and Bill, sorry you aren't eligible, but you can try to guess in your head.
Oh, man.
What the hell?
Cover your face a little bit so it focuses more on the atomizer.
okay.
Oh, it's still not doing it. Oh, there it went. It focused for a second. Pull back a little bit. Pull it back a little bit. So it's an RDTA. Yeah, I have no idea.
I'll show the side too.
It does look Wizmecky.
I was thinking Limitless.
There's the deck.
Stop showing your deck off to everybody.
Here's my deck.
I think Philly might have gotten it.
Huh? No.
Oh.
A little less racial there, Philly.
Oh, he wasn't right. Oh. What about Zach Zayas?
The Littlefoot?
Nope. Like I said, I doubt anyone. Dude, this thing is so. All right.
The Avocado 3?
No. No.
That's rude, man. I love my avocado.
All right.
Steve,
I'm just gonna show.
DTAs. I pulled out this guy today for you.
What is it? The what is that?
I think he's offering. It's on the Druga Foxy. I know that. What do you think of that Druga Foxy?
You know what? I like it for a beat around mod. I mean, it works.
Yeah, I liked it too, man. Yeah,
and it's solid. I don't care for the panels. I think they're cheap.
Hey, I'll show this too. I don't know if anyone's ever gonna guess this one either.
It's got 3 geometric airflow holes, it looks like.
These are some classics, man.
I know that Addy, and I can't figure out where from. That's a small one.
This one was called. I'm just gonna tell you because no one's ever gonna guess it. But the name. What is it?
Is it the Doge?
This?
Yeah.
It's called the Appeal.
No. Okay, then that's not it. Okay.
But this thing was pretty good for its time because it had. If you turn the barrel, it actually closes your wick off to where you won't leak. You see?
Oh,
nice.
Huh. See, now you always wonder, like, why do they steer away from good, innovative stuff like that?
And this was something I bought off. I bought this off 3F Vape probably a year and a half ago.
Huh.
Just
Interesting.
some small company that made something, man.
Carlos Ramiro said that's the helmet for the guy that plays the Mountain on Game of Thrones.
Possibly.
So the second one, show it again. So if you guess this, the juice is yours. It's got the Dick and Balls airflow. Kind of looks like the RDA. That's the same Dick and Balls airflow that the RDA that comes with the VTX 200 has.
And this is the stock drip tip. It's like a whistle tip almost.
A whistle tip, yeah.
Old school, baby.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what it is, Bill?
I know it. I can't remember the name of it, though.
All right.
Is he
Phenotype G?
I would do one more if they can't get this one.
The Phenotype G?
We got some guesses. D&B RDA, Dick and Balls.
Nope.
The Skeleton Key.
No.
The Phenotype G.
Nope.
CLK.
It's from a company that had a mod that had 2 separate sides for separate e-juice.
Oh.
Is it the EH Pro?
That's the company.
That's
yes.
the company.
God, I mean, I know I've seen that symbol on that airflow. I just can't. I just can't put it together.
I had the
got me on that
who
one.
made the Blitz RDA for a while.
One
Stuck
of
in
those words, man, that was a pretty good guessing title game right there. You get some of these reviewers, some of these subscribers to like literally, you know, start thinking. That old school stuff still works.
This is the last one I have, and then someone else can try with theirs.
Steve, you're like Dakota, who works here at Phoenix, because he buys stuff from before he started vaping.
Yes.
Just so he knows it too. I don't do that. Fuck that.
I like buying old shit, man, because I always say I'm going to review it, but then I never do. But
so I know if I want to guess that RDA's name if no one else has gotten it yet.
Sure.
The one with the dick and balls. Is that
Yes.
the Model T?
yes.
Yeah! Yeah!
I bought this from my vape shop for like $10, probably. I don't even know, man. But what was cool about this was you could do vertical or horizontal builds in it. That's why it has the dick and balls airflow. But yeah,
Like that DLS. I love that little RDA.
dude, it's actually very nicely built, very solid. Like it's pretty crazy. The machining's not bad for what it is. But yeah, this is the other one. So if no one gets this, you guys can pick an RDA because I don't know if anyone's gonna get this one either.
I got one that everybody will crack up laughing. I don't think anybody's seen this. This is old school in my hand.
Yes, I did, Chad Cox. Yes, I did.
Hey, why don't you all put one up, and whoever guesses whatever RDA first, they get to win.
I don't have anything crazy in front of me, but I have one with a never normal cap that might be hard to guess, I guess.
Looks like a Stella.
Wait. Oh, I don't even know if it'll do it.
Is it hinged?
It is.
I have to hold my finger over the top because the name is on the side.
That's why I had to hold mine over the other one too. Is it like the top hat or something?
No.
Isn't that?
Come on, that's easy.
That's not the. Wait, I can't say it yet. People are.
Someone said the Mad Hatter.
Style deck in there. No.
Bushido.
Nope.
No, that's what it reminded me of too, though.
No RDA that has the same name, but this one is the original.
Well, people are guessing, like I said, Mad Hatter 2, Bushido, Top Hat, Bushido.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
Yep.
Did someone get it?
I don't know. They said Steel Vape X, MGNT.
Show me it one more time.
Hold on, let me make sure. It's bottom airflow, and where's the hinge? All right.
Oh,
Someone
never mind.
Someone said MGNT.
Nope.
It does look like that one.
Yeah. No, the MGNT spins, and when you spin it back, the magnets grab it.
You know, that's something I mean, do you think magnets are, like, necessary for, would they be cool?
No.
No?
The funny thing is this thing's old to where nobody knows what the hell it is.
I don't even know what that is, man.
That's the hilarious part.
Well, I guess it's up to you, Mr. Vaping Rhino, or Eric, to show an RDA and see what happens. I guess.
Is it the Shado MGNT?
What, this one?
Yeah.
No, it's actually the original Maze V2 RDA.
Oh, shit. Yeah, by H Cigar.
Yep.
Mark's guessing for his own juice. Everything I have, people will guess, but I guess at this point, and wait, Rhino had one, didn't he? That was kind of obscure.
I could put this back up. This is probably a lot easier, but unless you want to do this one, I know Bill knows what this one is.
So
No, it's not what I thought it was.
Oh no, this is one of my favorite RTAs because it's a gravity feed tank.
I like those.
Oh, yep. Like the original Jenny's?
If it was the avocado, wouldn't everybody guess it?
Someone said the Corona. Theorem. Dwarf.
No, that is not a theorem. You want to know something funny? Zach guessed theorem, and I was actually holding this on the desk.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Squape X, I don't think so.
No, it's not the Squape.
No, it's not a dwarf DL. That's a dwarf DL.
Yep.
In other news, I'm actually really loving this thing. This will be the review after the Wismec. But we're not guessing for this because this is obvious.
Mm-hmm.
I actually got it from Squonk America.
Squonk America.
How did
All
you
right.
manage that?
Typhoon.
Okay.
I can end the game now with something old, but
So
I
Robert
can play it right
Riggins.
now with something old, but as soon as I put it up, everybody's going to know what it is.
Robert Riggins said Typhoon BTD. Nope.
Nope. Nope.
Giant V6.
Nope.
Everybody's saying this is a horrible game.
All right, last one. If anyone can't guess this, here we go.
Oh, they better guess that.
Yeah, they better guess that.
Here we go. Single-sided airflow, made in Canada, if that helps you.
Come on. I mean,
You
chat's a little
do
bit.
love your DTAs.
Well, someone said, oh, there we go. Braden Shinner.
Braden got it.
Hey, Steve,
Yes.
if he wouldn't have got that, I was going to put this up. Hey, Rhino, do you remember this thing?
I do. That's from Geek Vape, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we have a winner then, right?
Chicken dinner.
All right, so why don't we just do...
So Braden, I guess email me and then I'll get your info to Mark, Eric, ERIC at phoenixvapor.com. Anthony, if you're still in the chat, I know I owe you a tracking number. We went after 7, so I don't know if I can get it today, but definitely tomorrow. Anyway, sorry.
Hey,
That was-
Eric, wait a second. Did you check the chat? Because Rhino, was that the OJenny V2?
No, it was not.
Okay.
I saw his post. It wasn't.
Steve,
You want to know what it is?
Steve's was the Ojini.
It's The Zombie by Fumi.
Oh,
That's like an old one.
It is old. But you know what? I love the way it works. I love that gravity feed on it. I love the placement. Great
Sure.
quality stainless steel. This thing rocks.
You don't see that a lot.
Put a deck on it.
Uh-oh.
That's actually the first time I've ever seen that one, man.
Believe it or not, man, this thing. I think you probably would enjoy this if you like our DTAs.
I do.
Gravity.
And I like the gravity feed. But yes, let's. I'm gonna call it here, and I want to let you start off, Mr. Rhino, with an outro, and I want to thank you for being here as well.
Oh, thank you guys for inviting me. This was awesome, actually. I don't know, man. I mean, you know, I do want to say one thing. This is what also gets me, how these top reviewers have these hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And this is for Eric. Man, you do such a great job with advocacy, brother, and I really do appreciate it. And I don't know why you are stuck at 2,000. I mean, you should be at 200,000 for the work that you do. I really mean that. And, you know, that's the thing that gets me. Whenever you hear like some advocacy group that needs to be signed or this, they say, oh, we only got 5,000 signatures or 10,000 signatures. And where the fuck are all these subscribers with these top reviewers with 200,000-300,000 subscribers? What are they doing? And what are these reviewers telling their subscribers? Because they should have millions of signatures, not 5 and 10,000. And I know that I will definitely plug you in, my brother. I love what you do. You really, you could tell your heart is into it. That's all. That's what I wanted to say.
thank you.
You know, it's definitely genuine and honest.
I appreciate it. It means a lot, seriously. And I try to actually go out, and I've done a couple videos where you actually see me at the legislator and things like that and show who the fuck am I? I'm a tatted up 31-year-old who wears fitteds all the time, and I'm going to the legislator, so anybody can. And I'm a silly motherfucker, too, so if I can go there, anybody can. Bill!
What?
Robo.
Everybody knows where you can find me, Cooper's Vaping View. As always, thank you to Rhino for being here. Dominic, great guy. Got to stay East Coast strong over there because I know New York, Jersey, and them are getting hammered with the FDA and all the regulations they're trying to buckle down on you guys. Thank you to the two gentlemen in blue over there, even though they're wearing Seattle and Indianapolis crap.
Gotcha. You got it.
Circa 1998 tracksuit on. Thank you to everybody in the chat. You're the reason we do what we do. And everything. God damn. Thank you to everybody in the chat. You're the reason we do what we do. We look forward to seeing all you guys in the chat every week. And I'll pass it on to Eric.
Oh, what's up? What's up? So, yeah, thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Dominic, for being here. It was fun. I know Steve's going to tell you that you can come whenever you want. It's his channel, so I can't technically say that, but I know he's going to say it anyway.
I would love to come back. I mean, I really had a blast. It was awesome and very informative. I really enjoyed it.
And it's fun. We have fun, and I like having fun, and I love chat. Live streams are my favorite part of doing this, is when I get to interact with everybody. By far is my most favorite part. The second favorite part is when I put out a review and the comments of people either loving the video or giving constructive criticism. If you're just a troll asshole, you get booted. But, I love those interactions too. Shout out to phoenixvapor.com. Use code RTFA10 for 10% off. And if you want that high-end gear that's hard to find and want to get it in not so hard to find fashion, head over to Squonk America over on Facebook. Anyway, shameless plug time is done, and it is 7:29. So I'm going to pass it over to Steve. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, it's right there. Thank you.
That is true.
Nice plug. All right, let's see. Right there, too.
Well, I do thank you guys for being here, and I thank you, Mr. Vaping Rhino. I wish I could do some shameless plugs like that. I feel like somebody needs to give a little nudge to someone who, did the shameless plug first. Mr. Eric.
You did teach me the up close to the microphone technologies.
Yes, thank you. That's all I ever wanted to hear.
Near, far, wherever you are, Steve Mountaineer Vapes, I'm coming for you and your tracksuit. Hug.
Dude, my metal Addy just cracked.
Let's vape your couples vape.
Yes.
For me?
Yes.
You can have this.
If we drop it in the ocean, will you swim down and get it?
Steve,
Yes.
Thank you very much for this. I'm really enjoying it. I love it. I really am.
Hey, like I said, man, before we got on here, I'm glad that it's going to someone who's going to use it because, like I said, it was just sitting, and it's a very nice looking device. I didn't want it to just sit around,
I told you why I fell in love with this because it's the brother of this guy.
Sure, it looks very good. It looks good together, man.
I'm happy that it found its brother or sister or whatever.
Gender neutral. But yeah, thank you guys very much in the chat as well. I do love doing the chat and the live every Monday. Last week, I apologize. I didn't have power in my neighborhood, so we couldn't do it. So I do apologize for that. But yes, thank you guys again. And if you're not already subscribed to Mr. Rhino, go please subscribe to him. Mr. Pessimistic Bill, subscribe to him as well. And Mr. Eric, the vaping politician. How you doing, buddy boy? Yeah, subscribe to him if you're not as well. And thank you, guys. And it is 10:32.
No, it's guess who's controlling the back end, Steve? Guess who uses the OBS at 7:32?